topics are several. We talked about distribution and production, and now one of the main issues is also the festival field that is pretty weak, let's say, in Italy. I mean, the short film festival field. And I invite Vincenzo Scuccimarra here representing Cortinametraggio, which is a festival focusing just on Italian short films. And Vincenzo worked a lot on short films since 20 years. And please come and present your... The distributors, yes, they are coming. And just present yourself maybe, and col microfono devi accenderlo anche. Aspetta, accendi qua.
Hello. Hi. I'm here to represent Cortinametraggio Film Festival, which is one of the most popular short film festival in Italy. The festival started in 1997, and from then we try to connect the short film film sector, the filmmakers who makes short film, with the feature film world in Italy, because I think that the short film is certainly a starting point for filmmakers, but also, and especially in the recent years, it has the quality, the filmic quality of the feature films. So recently, Cortinametraggio started, along with the short film section, the competitive short film section, we started several initiatives which helps the filmmakers to promote themselves in the feature films world. Like with partnership with, for example, with Medusa, which is one of the biggest feature films distributor in Italy. With Medusa, we started a competition for story treatment for feature films aimed to the young filmmakers. And then this next year, the next edition of the festival, we'll have also another competition for supported by Vision Distribution for short film not below the 5 minutes of duration, because Vision Distribution will take the winners of this competition, and they will attach the short films to their feature films, and they distribute these short films in the theaters. So this is a new initiative to bring the short films in the bigger arena, and it's the really what I want to say here, because I have a long experience. I also collaborated in the late 90s to write down the law which financed the short films, the public financing to the short films. And so I think it's time to raise the level, to say that in quality the shorts are shot, edited, and acted. Most of them are shot, edited, and acted like most of the Italian feature films. So I think the distributors, but also the filmmakers in general, they have to unite to ask for more. Ask for more at the ministry. For example, what Virginia said before, they should ask for a qualified, decision maker at the ministry, for example. They should ask for to change the way in which the ministry finance the shorts. They have to receive the money in advance, not after the completion of the films. But they have also, I think it's important to create a sort of theatrical events for shorts, just to qualify them as feature films. Because a lot of shorts now, you know better than me, maybe, that are full of known actors, very known actors and so they are also most of the time also a very high quality entertainment, form of entertainment. So I just want to say that I think it's time that we create one world, and the short film makers are not separated by the feature film industry, but they are the same thing. And so I think the several people who work in this field have to be united to ask for more, ask for the short film making, short filmmakers will blend with the cinema industry in Italy.
It's interesting, this project made by Vision Distribution. How many films do they distribute, and how many films can you find under 5 minutes? Because is it just Italian films?
I think that's the challenge. It's a very difficult challenge, but Vision Distribution wanted to make this effort because they believe that short films in front of feature films could be a way to promote the new filmmakers, but also to make entertainment. As we know, the feature films world is the feature film market in Italy, but all over the world, is shrinking. Commercially, the box office of the feature films in Italy is shrinking. So I think could be also beneficial to the exhibitors, to the theatrical exhibitors, to add more forms of entertainment in the package. I think it could be also a good moment to ask to the theatrical exhibitors to for show more kinds of products in their theaters, because as we know, the box office revenues are shrinking, and so I think in the last Rome Film Festival, for the first time, I noticed that the media attention to the shorts were always the same as the attention to the feature films. That's also because the feature films, are shrinking. The theatrical distribution of are shrinking, but that's a sign that at least in the festival, in the major festival like Venice, Rome Free Festival and Turin, they are perceived, the short films are perceived at least at the same level of the feature films, because the quality is the same, sometimes the actors are the same, and so I think that's a good moment to try to blend the two worlds.
I think I went to Cortina 3 times. I think Cortina is really a great opportunity for young filmmakers to meet the adult industry, let's say, not like red lights. Adult, I mean the big industry of you have the opportunity to meet like vision distribution, important producers, yes, and also actors. Directors like Paolo Genovese, who is always there, and it's really what you said. This link is very.
No, this link is very important, but it's also, you know, practically there are several projects that were born in Cortina between short filmmakers and producers. The last Cortina winners, like you know, Buffet, the short Buffet 3 years ago, or also Cani di Razza last year. The filmmakers have started some collaboration just in Cortina. They met some producer and they started collaboration in web series or feature films and so on. Alessandro Capitani, for example, is one of the first-time feature film director that made the debut this year, and he knows a lot of people in Cortina to develop his projects. So we are, you know, also because the venue is, of course, a very popular venue. It's
not so popular. Popular in a sense, it's beautiful, but not so popular.
No, not popular, and it's also well known.
Well known,
yes, well known. And so, you know.
Okay, I will leave the floor to other festivals that wanted to speak. Paola Talevi from, stay here please, and we wait also for the distributors that are fighting in the other room. Paola Talevi, Molise Cinema, briefly short presentation of the festival, short introduction.
Yeah.
Please, please.
It's very interesting to be here. First of all, because I've been here the past 2-3 days, and I've seen several different aspects. From I went to Creative Europe initiative on how to boost your festival. I was here yesterday. I was at the pitching of festivals. I was here yesterday when they talked about the usual aspect. So I can draw a little bit, few things from each of these initiatives. First of all, just to introduce myself. I work for Molise Cinema, which is a small festival, as our motto is, small villages, big screen. The idea was back in 2003, so 16 years back, 16 editions better, was to bring back quality cinema, quality films, to remote areas where all the cinema theaters had been shut down. So in Molise, in the region in particular, there are just 3 cinema theaters left, one in each of the main towns, Isernia, Campobasso, and Termoli, and that's it. So the idea of Molise Cinema was that the audience in the countryside and in the rest of the region may have an opportunity to see films in the right way, and see good films, not just the films that are shown on television. So that was the main idea. And then there was the competition which was made. And our competition is mixed. It's not just short films like other festivals. We have feature films, Italian feature films mostly. We would like to have international films, but it's a bit complicated. We have a good section of documentary films. And then we have international and Italian short films. We have had in the past this discussion whether to go for just short film festival. And we found out that given the environment, or given the audience we have, to have feature films is a way to attract the audience and then bring them to the theater, which was reopened thanks to Molise Cinema, the only theater in town which was reopened, and show them short films. So we are educating our audience, and it's been quite a successful story because in the years we see people coming back and go to the theater in the afternoon to watch the short films in competition and vote for them, because we have also an award, an audience award, as you say. We have juries for the main award. And the issue we were talking about yesterday, for example, was the usual suspects. It was Massimiliano Nardulli. We threw the ball in the field, saying that you see the same films, the same director over and over in different festivals. They come from the major festivals, and they're just, the films, they're just screened in other festivals. And there were different opinions of that. One thing that was said, what's the point of having a long list of films and then you have bad films or films that are not good for the festival, as it was said, and that our idea is to keep the list down. So we have about 22 international films, 18, 20 Italian films. We try to keep the list down in order to have quality. We have quite a few submissions every year. This year we had about 1,500, which is a lot for a small festival for our resources. Of course, there are documentaries and that, but there is a bit of everything, but it's a lot of work. So what we do collaborate with distributors like Zen. I know Adam Sale, I know all of them, Elephant, Premiere, because they do a little bit this scouting job for us, of course, to find good films. But we love to do the job ourselves. Whenever I go to festivals, I look for young directors. Yes, you want to ask something?
No, because you talked about the usual suspects, the panel of yesterday, it was on the selection. Enrico came. I was just speaking about you, the usual suspect. He's the usual suspect. I attended a lot of panels where international film festivals discuss about selection, the quality of the distribution, on other issues. I never saw, Enrico maybe knows better than me, there are never Italian film festivals in this kind of panel. We are always speaking in Italy, on
which is
Italian.
good to have it here.
Yeah.
Which is a good reason to have it here, now, in your festival.
Yeah.
In your market.
Also, yes, yeah. But it's strange. I mean, your festival is an international film festival. What's your strategy on relationships, on collaboration with other film festivals like yours in Europe or abroad in general?
We are improving it. We work on it every year. We change also a little bit. We address young directors mainly, and mostly in the short film industry. There are young directors anyway. So we do have contacts with good distributors because we want good movies. And in the end, that's our purpose. The goal, as Adam was saying, or Saveri was saying, is to have good cinema. Anyway, we don't want a lot of cinema. We don't want a big industry. It has to be a good industry, first of all. So we cannot compete with the big festivals that do industry. Our festival takes place in a small village.
Competition. It's just, cooperation, relationships.
Exactly. So we are looking for partnerships with smaller. We have a cooperation with the Cinema del Reale of Specchia. We have a cooperation with
Which is not outside Italy, if I may.
Southern Italy, in Lecce,
yeah, okay.
near Lecce. And then we have a cooperation with the Human Rights festival which took place in Todi up to last year, and this year it was in Orvieto. We had a cooperation with the Roma Web Fest because we also think it's important to keep track of the new trends and the new language. So we have an exchange this next week. The Web Fest is taking place, and we have our own program to show with the directors. Another important thing is to try and have directors, producers, and distributors, mostly director producers of the film that are screened, to talk to the people, to be interviewed, so that the people are more aware of what they do. And the main goal that we have is to create a culture of good cinema, so that people want to go to the cinema, want to see something on the big screen. They don't want just to sit in front of the television, stay there all night. They come out, and the whole village, they work during the day, and at night they get, they change their dress and they come to the open air theater and they watch the films, and they're very happy. It was very funny. This year we had Elio Germano, because we have also books, and there was a book on him that was edited, and there was barber in the barber shop. I said to my husband, but this Elio Germano, is he famous? Elio Germano is a Cannes Palme d'Or winner, just to, for a film, and it's a good Italian. It's one of good Italian actor. So that now the guy knows that Elio Germano exists, and especially the children, the people, the only, so to say, limitation is that it takes place in August. So it's a bit difficult to have, but we have ongoing programs. What we try to do to give a longer life to short films. We have a tour at the end of the festival, after 6 days. The rest of the month, we bring the screen, we bring the projector to other villages, Venafro, Campomarino.
It's interesting because a lot of festivals starting distribution, it's a kind of distribution. For instance, Go Short in the Netherlands, became a distribution with some shorts, and then now it's one of the major distribution in short film field. Right. I would call Maurizio di Rienzo because you represent a festival here. And
can I say one more thing?
Please.
The tour is in Molise, of course, in various, together with the mayors, and and we try to get these people interested in cinema. And then we also have cooperation with other festivals in Rome, for example, Garbatella, Apollo 11, which is a theater screening mostly documentary films, is an essay theater. But we try to bring films to the capital, where you have a wider public. And we do evenings where you have maybe one documentary and one short film. It's a bit what Lorenzo, what's his name again, is doing professionally. We try to do it with our own forces together in agreement with these other exhibitors or festival runners.
Maurizio, please come on the stage. Maurizio, present yourself. You are the co-director of one of the major short film festivals in Italy, Shorts by Talevi.
Yes, good morning everybody. I was on the stage for Oltrecorto and collaborating with this very interesting 4 days full immersion in the not only short film festival, film production, film distribution words, I can say, but it's a really great initiative, I think. Say that, yes, I've just been nominated co-director with Chiara Valentiomero of Maremetraggio Shorts. Shorts is a play, is a jeu de mots, we will speak in French, because short, TS is the tagline for Trieste City. Shorts Film Festival. But again, I have to say that like Molise Cinema, Cortina is specialized in short films, but some detour also in other fields of cinema, because everything is linked, everything is cause and effects. at the same time, as you know, speaking about images, speaking about exploitation, speaking about authors and whatever. But again, Molise Cinema is representing, like other Italian festivals, something very interesting, and the shorts is a little bit like that, editorially speaking. The goal of this festival is linked to the town, as you are linked to the region and many others. Again, Trieste, you know, is far east in Italy. It's borderline for historical, cultural, architectural reasons. It's quite a great city. We have many great cities in Italy, as you can say. But Trieste is like a crossroad, historical crossroads, and we feel that this natural attitude of Trieste could be more focused, more valorized in next 3 years. We have with Chiara sort of a plan, 3 years goals, 3 years plan in development. It depends also from the financial, local financials, okay, ministry and region, whatever. But say that it's important to understand that the Trieste is a festival in which there is we can say, cohabitation and relation between short films, 80, 90 short films from all over the world, winner of great prizes, even with the 10, 12 months later, they come to Trieste, the most important short film all over the world. They are projected in one of the great and fascinating squares of the town, nighttime. The festival takes place from the end of June, early July to for a week. I mean, we have this section, we have feature films, we have documentary, we have panels, we have encounters, we have Italian actors and directors, and we want to improve the possibility to speak one each other about the problems and a new perspective, and I heard many interesting things in position here this morning, especially regarding the problem that in Italy we have a gap between the increasing, someone said, quality level of Italian short films production, even number. This is not always good thing, it could be, but quality is increasing. Number of festivals are increasing. It's sort of a mode, sort of a fashion. Many little towns have their own festival, but there is no web around. Even with regions and film commission, they try to do this among these festivals, locally speaking. But again, short films in Italy now have at disposal some important and passionate and really important Italian distributors. But again, the gap is among the festivals, the number of shorts we all selected and project, and the impact with the audience. Someone said that it's quite impossible to have a theatrical distribution. I see many people from platforms, broadcasters, and whatever here, and they are going to come on the stage to say what they think about this. And let's hope that in Trieste we are planning to do something in relation to the work of a film commission, brand new. We will announce something later on in next months, and in trying to connect, to put in a better connection the authors, the producers, distributors too, and the broadcasters. Because I'm a little bit pessimist about the possibility, law or not law, because the law was 2 years ago in Italy. We have a little bit slow in this bureaucratic champ. But I'm a little bit pessimistic to the possibility having short films in theaters, if not in just as exceptions. But nevertheless, it's necessary to have some festivals in Italy, 3 or 4, depends one each season, spring, summer, whatever, in which people like you, like us, and this market is really a stone in the water with many waves, I think. In one per each season every year, in which we can afford our local, domestic problems, but also inviting some people from abroad representing some fields involved in short films world, in order to understand, as Italian guys, as Italian professional, something more, and put in connection, in better connection, all of us in different ways and with different responsibilities and way of working with people from abroad. Last thing I want to say about Trieste, that we are planning to have some focus regarding different, one per year, different countries, and countries specialized, I can say, in producing and distributing important short films during the last decade. I think that Trieste wanna stay as a festival, we can say, complex and heterogeneous, so eclectic, not only dedicated to short films, but the short films are the core. Around this, there's a possibility to discuss all the problems in Trieste. I hope will start in 2019, because there will be 20 years of festival, and there creating something more representative, more dynamic, and more practical way of not only showing films and inviting directors and giving prizes, but something involving all the chain of Italian short cinema world, I think.
I would call
this is a promise.
Another festival, international film festival based in Sardinia, Skepto Film Festival, who is